Welcome to Catholic Views. I'm your host, Renee Kranz. Today we will have Tony Menke in the studio. He is the new president and CEO for the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota. That took me 3 times to get right today. So he is their new president and CEO, a wonderful Catholic Minnesota native.
Yes, he is, just like Mark was.
Yeah. He's a younger guy, has a young family, just a really great faith story, and he's gonna do really great in Catholic Community Foundation. So I hope you will join us for that interview. Before I take up any more of Dr. Bergwald's time, we have Biblical Bites with Dr. B.
What Sunday is today, Renee?
Well, it would be the 4th Sunday.
You sure?
No, but yes.
Elise, are you sure, Elise?
Yes.
As you're waving for, yep. What? For fingers. So actually, we're going to focus on the Psalm today.
Oh, okay.
Psalm 95. This is a psalm that for priests and religious and deacons, people who pray the Liturgy of the Hours, so those people have to, lay people can, but it's called the invitatory psalm. So when you first pray Liturgy of the Hours on a given day, you start with the invitatory psalm. And we don't
should be familiar. Well, I mean, I don't pray it a lot, but I have prayed it before.
Okay, yeah. And the problem here is the translation that's we read at Mass is slightly different.
Right.
But there's this point near so it's talking about, come, let us sing joyfully to the Lord, let us acclaim the rock of our salvation, come to his presence with thanksgiving. I want to say singing something for joy, but I'm thrown off by the different translation at Mass. But the thing that I want to focus on, so this is a psalm that's it's a psalm of praise, so liturgy, but it's also connecting it with life. So near the end of what we hear at Mass, and it's near the end of the liturgy, as it is in Liturgy of the Hours, oh, that today you would hear his voice. Harden not your hearts as at Meribah, as in the day of Massa in the desert, where your fathers tempted me, they tested me, though they had seen my works. That's how we'll hear it. We hear it at Mass today. Meribah and Massa. What the heck's going on with Meribah and Massa? Do you have any idea?
Well, it's something from the Old Testament.
Yes, that's good. Yes.
I do not. I don't know anything about them, so I could guess. But
so when your fathers tempted me, harden not your hearts as at Meribah, as in the day of Massa in the desert. So this is when the Israelites are wandering, or are in the desert. So
after their Exodus.
After the Exodus, correct. Okay. After the Exodus, before they get to the Promised Land. So you can read about this in Exodus chapter 17. They're complaining. So chapter 16, they complain because, there's no food. Would that we have stayed in Egypt as slaves, where we got 3 squares a day. And the Lord gives them manna.
Right.
And quail. The miracle of the manna for the rest of their time in the desert, which is supposed to be short, but becomes 40 years. But regardless. Okay. Oh,
that's
manna.
not fault.
The next chapter. Now, when was this time-wise? I don't know. But the next chapter, chapter 17. We're starving from thirst. Oh, that we would have stayed in Egypt. And
short
Moses, I think the official Hebrew is Moses facepalm. And Lord, what do you want me to do? So the Lord tells Moses to strike the rock and water will flow.
Right.
To feed the people. Well, at that day, Exodus 17:7, Moses names that place Meribah and Massa. Massa means testing. Meribah means contention. Okay. So this is so it's just names that Moses gives when the people, they contended with God, they argued with God, and they tested God. Psalm 95, harden not your hearts as at Meribah, as in the day of Massa in the desert, where your fathers tempted me, they tested me, though they had seen my works. And when I pray, the Liturgy of the Hours is part of my personal prayer. So when I pray this, I think about they'd seen everything that God had done, and yet they're complaining. And we could be like, you idiots, like he just fed you with but how often do I? Lord, why are you doing this? Really? Bergwald? As Meribah and Massa, they challenged me and provoked me, although they had seen all of my works. How much more do I have to do in your life? Okay, all right. I trust you, Lord. I will follow you. Unlike my spiritual fathers, Meribah and Massa, contention and testing.
Yeah, thanks, Dr. B.
You bet.